All right, everyone. I've been working on a new project down here in the shop the last couple days, and that is redoing my lights. I got 8-foot fluorescent lights in here, and I have like 22 of them. Not like, but I do have 22 fixtures, and I've already done 18 of them. And so I was going to go through one of them with you on the bench here. And I would say right here is a really good reason to switch over to LEDs. I've seen this in like 4 of my fixtures. And this happened before, because this is a new ballast that's in here that I probably put in a few years ago, but the old ballast that was in here actually did this. And you could see the kind of heat that must got put off in here when that ballast went bad. And I mean, it charted in here. And here's the lid for it too, that was on this fixture. And I mean, to me, that's scary. I mean, that's a fire. And so right here is a perfect reason to switch over to LED lighting. And that, and just the money you're gonna save. These fixtures ran 2 8-foot bulbs in there, and they were 75 watts a piece. So this fixture ran at 150 watts an hour. And the LEDs now are 15 watts per bulb, and this fixture will be retrofitted over to 4 bulbs. So I'll be drawing 60 watts an hour. That's less than half, and that's, in the long run, a huge savings, energy and in money. So this upgrade will eventually pay for itself. And I run my lights a lot out here, so my recoup might be sooner than others just because of how often I run my lights. So I'm just gonna walk you through on wiring one of them. Like I said, I've had a little practice at them. My first couple took me a little while, but once you get into a rhythm of doing them, they're super easy to do. I mean, I was doing them up on the scaffolding, and I was doing my fixtures, you know, while they're still attached to the ceiling. You could take them down if you wanted to, but this is really designed to do while the light's in place. And so all you're really going to end up using in the long run is just your housing. You're not using anything else in here. So I'll just walk you through on how I do it. I'm not an electrician, so I'm not giving any kind of electrical advice here. So let's just do one here, and I'll show you how I was doing them. So here's what it comes as a kit with the tombstones, they call these. So it comes with a package with the screws to attach them, and it comes with 4 bulbs. And the same kit can do a 4-footer. You just don't get this center section here. You get each end and then 2 bulbs to do a 4-foot fluorescent light. So let's open this up. And it does come with the instructions to explain how to do it. You know, this instructions would probably make more sense to an electrician. I was having a tough time following it, but I finally figured it out, and hopefully what I'm going to show you here will make it easier for you. So you just break the 3 apart like this. This is your center section with the 4 tombstones on it. So you just bend your sides up like this. So I would just take and prep them all. And the one with the lettering on, all this lettering here, I'd always use on the end where there's no power supply going to, because this one end doesn't get any wiring to it at all. So I just stick that down there. This one goes on the end where your power supply comes in. And to make things easier, I would just label them all, where your line is and where your neutral. So line's your power. So I always held this section straight up, and I always marked my line on the right-hand side of the wire holes right there. And I'd put a neutral on the left-hand side. So I just go through and I'd mark them all first. Same with this center section. And you're skipping these 2 here, because that's the end of the first 2 bulbs. So that doesn't get wired. So this would be the beginning, right here would be the beginning of your second 2 bulbs. So I just mark it again, line neutral, line neutral. This just only helped me so I wouldn't put the wires in the wrong spot. I did this probably for the first 6 or 8 of them, and then I got into a pretty good rhythm of, you know, I trained myself to just remember where to put them, but if I was only going to do a couple, I would label them just so I wouldn't forget. So, and the package also comes with the self-tapper screws that fastens this stuff. So what you do first is just pull your ends out. And so this fixture, this isn't proper right here. I mean, there was a conduit and stuff here, but being I took it down to be able to do this on the bench, this is where my power supply came in on this one. So just loosen up your end pieces here, pull them out. And you can leave your ballast in or take it out, whatever you want to do. I was leaving them in because just one less thing to dispose of. They can just stay up there and ain't gonna hurt nothing. So this end, nothing gets done with it. That's garbage. I always save the black and the whites to wire up the new fixture, so I trim them off close to the ballast. The same down here on this end, I trim them off real tight right to this socket here. So I got plenty of wire to work with. Once again, that's garbage, don't use that. And then down here, this one's kind of twisted together here. So this is the wiring that's going to go from the one end to your center tombstone. So what I would do is hold it right here, give myself a little bit of wire, come to the center, and these fixtures here are actually marked with a center. Otherwise you just measure from one end to the other, 4 foot, make a center mark. But these ones have these slots in the fixture, so it's real easy to figure out the center. So I just hold the wire, I give myself a couple inches there, trim my wire off, and then strip your ends, you know, 1/2 inch, 3/4, and that's going to slip into those holes there. The same thing right here. So here's your power feed coming in. So you're going to strip this. So you're really reusing everything in the fixture besides the sockets and your ballast. You're using the wiring, so it makes it really easy. So this part that you trimmed off, what you're going to want to do is make 2 sets of jumpers. So I was making them, you know, 5-6 inches long or something. There's no correct measurement for it, just whatever you need for jumpers. So you need 2 sets of jumpers. Those I'd throw off to the side. I'd save them in case one of my fixtures, if the wire wasn't long enough to make jumpers, I'd have some extra wire for the next one if I needed it. So you take all these jumpers, strip all of them. I can't stress enough on how easy these are to do. So now you want to take your tombstones. White is neutral. So you want to put one from here, and you're going to jump over to the other side. That's what your jumper's for. Once again, black is line or power, I mean, whatever you want to call it. So there's my jumpers in. So here's my main feed down here. Super easy deal though. Really anybody can do it. So there my jumpers are in. Now I got my power coming in. So my white into the neutral here. Black into line. Now my jumps are coming over to here to feed that side. Now I'm going to feed that center one off of here. That's going to go in the end there. And you come down here to your center and power up the center here. Black into the line, white into your neutral. So now you're going to fasten them in with the screws that are provided. Super easy. Just line up the slots. There's slots right in the side of these. The slots in this fixture too. And I just center it in here, shoot the screws in. So if you didn't have these slots in the middle, some of my fixtures didn't. I just made a 4 foot center mark and you just went right through the side of the housing into this bracket. But some of these had these slots in it. It made it so simple. And once in a while the screws would break, like the tip broke off of that one. And I'd get one every so often that would do that. And there I got 2 of them that did it now. See if we can have number 3 try it. There we got that one in. So I just have a little box of extra screws for ones that broke. I think it's just from going through those double slots like that, is the screw tip catches the second one. I think if it was drilling through 2 layers of metal, it wouldn't break like that. But I think it grabs so hard in that slot is what causes that screw tip to break. Which is no big deal. So you just have some extra screws around. So that's all wired up now. Just tuck this wiring back in there. Pop your covers back on. I scrubbed all my covers clean. Just used some Scotch-Brite and then just some good degreaser. Wash them up all nice. So that's back together, and then you just got to put the 4 bulbs in. And what I was marking them earlier was, because you see right on the bulb, it's got an L and an N, line and neutral. So that's why you want your fixtures to line up with that. So as soon as you twist it in, you can see the L and the N on the bottom. That is redoing a fixture from start to finish right there. I mean, that does not take long at all. So that's ready to power up. If I was hooked to power, I'd click the switch for you. But I'll show you what some of my lights that I've already redone on my ceiling. And this is my main work area. It's kind of this corner where I work on my projects. And it's so much brighter back here already. It's just awesome. I got 4 more fixtures to put up. And but the whole shop is so much nicer now. And don't hear the buzzing from the fluorescents and the humming and the flickering from them and everything else. So it's a lot better lighting already, and I just love it. So I'll show you what the ceiling looks like here with the new fixtures up on the ceiling. Kind of see just so much brighter in here. I don't have any of the fluorescents left anymore. Otherwise I would have showed you what some of the old fluorescents look like. I just got this area right over here to finish up these 4 here, because I'm kind of running my switches in a different location. So I'm changing around the wiring a little bit right there, but you can see just how much brighter it is. Just the way the light casts up on the ceiling and it reflects back down. It's just a lot better lighting in here now. That way we can work on projects. So I can see what I'm doing again. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share, all that fun stuff. And God, if I quit doing all these other little projects, eventually I'll get back onto this thing right here. So keep in touch. Thanks, guys. Watch.